Hey, my fellow travelers, Nana Khadija here. I pray that no matter where you are doing well. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being a part of this community. If you're new here, welcome. We are all fellow travelers because I believe that life is a journey and also that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, right? So let's journey on together. Please do not forget to subscribe and feel free. Please leave your comments and your thoughts. I want to know where you are on your journey. So on my journey today, I am reflecting on something deep, y'all. A topic that many of us may not want to talk about. We don't feel comfortable with it. It could be a lot. But I'm reflecting on death and dying. And, I'm not going to go too deep into that because I'm not an expert on these things. I'm just sharing with you my experiences. So first thing is that we all know we've lost a lot of people to COVID, all right? The past 2 years has been a lot. And not just to COVID, we've lost a lot of people, period. There are a lot of people that die every single day, and we lose them to so many different things, right? We've lost people to the experience of living and dying. We've also gained people, right? When people are born, we have new additions to our family. I wanted to reflect on death because, having lost a couple of people in my family the past year, actually within 6 months of each other, it just made me think about what we are leaving behind when we die. What is your legacy when you die? As I was listening to, a family member passed away and we were all coming together to talk about what's next. How do we go about arranging for burial? How do we contribute together? For me, in my community as a Sierra Leonean, when somebody passes away, that's what we do. We come together and everybody contributes to whatever they can. To a fund, to support funeral arrangements, to support the family in any way that we can. I reflected on this, or I'm still reflecting on this following the conversation because, death and dying is part of the human experience, like I mentioned, right? We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So to live and to die is part of that. And I just think about what legacy are we leaving behind? What will you be remembered for? Because when you are gone, when you take your last breath, when your spirit leaves, the only thing left is a shell in which you once resided, right? Your body, the physical form. The soul is no longer here with us. It may be surrounding us. Some of us may say we've experienced our loved ones in different ways, but that being, that person is no longer here. The only being that may be, like I said, might be the spirit that you may experience every once in a while if you are so inclined. So I'm reflecting on death because, again, as being a part of this conversation, talking about arrangements, and because the person is no longer here, we do refer to them by their name, but then we also say, how do we go about making arrangements for the body? What do we do with the burial? And I just thought about this and just thought, man, when I'm gone, what do I want to be remembered for? What do I want my legacy to be? And I don't know if you've ever asked yourself that question. For me, I'm a person that, because I believe that death is part of the experience, I do not welcome death right now. I do pray that God gives me many, many more years to be with my family, to grow with you all, and to experience life and to continue to just evolve. We all have, as my father-in-law says, we all have an expiration date. We all have an expiration date. And I just thought, when my expiration date comes, what will the people that I've left behind remember me? What is my legacy? And, it's funny because when I've used the word legacy, when I hear people talk about it, many of us are talking about, oh, what is my legacy in terms of like businesses? What is my legacy in terms of finances? What is my legacy in terms of things? Many of us do not think about our legacy in terms of, like Maya Angelou said, people are going to remember the way you make them feel. What is going to be your legacy in terms of the deeper, meaningful things you've left behind? Not to say leaving behind wealth is not meaningful, because that wealth you leave behind is likely taking care of your family, generations to come, right? That business that you've established is feeding a lot of people. So with my experience of loss and being in these conversations and where we're talking about the person that's no longer here, I'm just left with this question about my legacy. What is my legacy? What do I want it to be? And what are things that I'm doing right now for my legacy? And especially thinking about my faith and my religion and what it's teaching me about your deeds. It says when you leave this world, which you will, what deeds are you taking with you? Because those are the things that really matter. You saying, oh, I have like 5 trophies. I have a big old house. I made this multi-billion-dollar company. Great. Yes, you're feeding people. You've left a legacy for your family. But again, these are all things that are impermanent. Because that legacy you just built for your family, that small business, you could be gone in less than a year. That business is whoosh, to the ground. Right? However, what are you leaving behind in terms of connecting with other people and connecting with the world around you? What are your good deeds? Did you help people out? Did you smile at someone and show them kindness and give them love and hug during their tough times or during not a tough time? Were you respectful to yourself and other people? Did you value yourself and others? Did you treat them with kindness? Because for me and what my faith teaches, those are the things that really matter. When you die, it's not going to be like, okay, wow, show me your stacks. How many stacks did you have? What was your net worth? Good for you. But God is not worried about your net worth. What he's worried about is your deeds, the things you did. What did you do? You came here for a purpose. Beyond the stuff, your purpose is deeper than that. Did you achieve your purpose? Or were you, even if you were not, many of us probably be like, well, I don't even know what my purpose is, and that's okay. But are you working towards something that is of purpose? And the main purpose in my life, in my heart, that I believe that we're here for truly includes kindness, charity, good things. What good deeds are we doing? Are we being kind to ourselves and other people? So, I am just left with this thought about my legacy. What is my legacy? What do I want it to be? And I can definitely answer this question, right now, and saying that I want my legacy to be of someone that enjoyed connecting with other people, someone that laughed a lot, that played, someone that sought out joy and fun and adventure, and above all, someone that welcomed others with kindness, someone that gave. Whatever they have, they gave. Even if it's just $1, out of kindness of your heart, not because you want anything in return, you give. And one of the things that also says in the Quran, God says he will bless you when you give without expecting anything in return. Just give because you want to give out of the kindness of your heart. If that person so decides to return the favor one day, good for them. But because you're not giving because you expect anything back, the only thing you may consider, at least that's what it teaches me in the Quran, is give because the best reward is with your maker. That's the best reward. So seek no favor from the one you gave or from the good deed that you've done, but seek favor with your Lord. So I am going with that. I work towards that. I pray that God gives me the strength, the remembrance, the courage every day to think about what is my legacy and the things that I'm doing. What do I hope to leave behind? Yes, I would love and I work towards leaving behind something for my family. Making sure that through my best efforts that they have a roof over their head, that they have food in their stomach, and above all, really, that they have the lessons of love, kindness, patience, faith, and perseverance. Because above everything else, as far as I'm concerned, those are the things that are going to help them. If in case the home that I built for them, the money that I left them goes poof, kapoof, I hope that the things, the values that they have within themselves about who they are, about who made them, about faith and courage, determination, charity, kindness. I believe that if they hold on to those values, they can rebuild and rebuild and rebuild over and over again. And I truly believe that goes for every one of us. The values that we hold dear, when these values are true to our core and who we are and our spirit, and for me, these values, they align with your maker, with God. Even when you have it all and you lose it all, because of the values you hold close, because of your faith, your patience, your perseverance, you will rebuild. You will rebuild. In fact, you may rebuild better, stronger than what you lost. better, stronger than what you lost. So I leave you with this as I carry with me, that to all of us that have lost loved ones this past year, no matter the reason, I pray that their souls rest in peace. And I pray that God gives us the strength and the courage as we move forward. And I pray that we continue to reflect on our journey, about our legacy. What are we doing? Who do we want to become? And how are we becoming the things we want? Remember, life is a journey. Be kind to yourself.